Here we go.
Hey.
What?
That's how you usually start sometimes.
Oh, sorry. Hey. It's episode 8 of the MyCrush podcast. What?
Episode 8.
8 of the now I messed up. Okay. Hey, y'all. It's episode 8 of the MyCrush podcast. It is the last one of this season. We're coming back for you, but
maybe.
Episode 8. And today's topic, are y'all ready for it? We had to. We couldn't help it. If you watch TV, then you're going to know what we're finna talk about. But the topic is love is blind. Or is it? Is it really? AKA seeing with your heart, exploring the reality of love.
Question 1. So,
so shocked.
Is that a question? Is love is blind, or
is love is blind? Huh?
Is love?
Just kidding.
Don't mess me up. Or are you saying love is blind?
I'm not saying anything. It's just the topic for the podcast to discuss.
Got it. I just want to clarify that. Okay, my real question for today.
Yes.
The last question of the season.
We are so sad. Go ahead.
Okay. Can jealousy ruin a relationship?
Here we go. Don't have nothing to do.
Absolutely
can. I'm gonna start going with you. I'm gonna stop pushing back.
We at episode 8 now. It don't really matter.
7 episodes. Absolutely, it can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We had jealousy in our relationship. We still here.
Yeah. Oh, me and you still. Sorry.
Right.
I thought you was going somewhere.
No. So I guess the question.
Yeah.
But the statement inside of the question is, even with the jealousy, you can still persevere in your relationship.
You can, but see, so here's the thing. So the person who is the one that has, the most jealousy has to grow out of that. If that continues, then that cannot work.
Yes, that's the caveat.
If that continues. But if the person grows, and all that is going back to what we talk about on, I think, almost every episode. You have to grow in yourself, start loving yourself more. Mm-hmm. And when you start loving yourself more, I'm looking at the camera, y'all. I'm looking at you. When you start loving yourself more, then that totally helps you to understand, there's no place for jealousy. Because if you felt like, oh man, this person gonna look at this other person and they might leave me because he or she's better. It doesn't matter. When you have the confidence in yourself, that person still might leave you, but you don't care anymore. It's not that you don't care anymore. It's that you understand that, oh, well.
Yeah, you understand
they do, I'm
your
going to
worth
be all right.
And your value.
I'm going to keep moving and I'm going to be all right. So, it can work as long as the person grows out of jealousy. But let's just be clear. I wasn't the only jealous person.
I didn't say you were.
You didn't. Okay.
There was no accusations in the question. It was literally just a question.
Excuse me. Yes,
and I was not jealous. Thank you.
Oh, see?
No, I think let me.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, I don't think I was a jealous person.
Okay.
I was always a protective person. I remember one time me and you went to the fair. Oh, this was a long time ago. I mean, we weren't even married. We was in Jackson.
Okay.
We were walking to the fair. It was dark, walking to the fair, probably maybe 7, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
And it was a bunch of dudes in a truck. Mm-hmm. And then they whistled out and hollered at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm outnumbered. There was probably 6 or 7 dudes. I mean, they were all these are country guys all in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is jealousy, but I think it was more protection or ego. I turned around and said something.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. I remember
that
points
wasn't
in
a
life.
Smart move.
It was not. But in that moment, I felt threatened.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had to protect something because they were whistling and hollering, oh, baby girl, look at you, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's total disrespect to me. So I turned around and said something, threw my arms up. But if they would have turned the truck around, me and you would have been running.
We would have been running back to the car or either in the crowd with the fair light. Make a choice, make it fast.
Right.
Because we don't carry, baby. Okay, so anyway.
No. Okay.
So anyway, but so it could work as long as the person grows out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
I want you to tell one story. I think it's a very interesting story about the girl in the potato chip.
No, I'm not going to tell that story. We let that go.
Okay, well, moving on.
What if she listening? That would be kind of hilarious.
Like she would remember?
Oh, she probably will because she liked you. Man, so now I got to tell the
No,
story.
forget the story.
Oh, man.
Let the story go.
I'm going to make this as short as possible, y'all.
Impossible.
So this is a great example of jealousy, right? But it's also a great example of I could have just handled it differently, said what I need to say and move on. Okay. This was the beginning of our marriage because I was pregnant. Okay. Are y'all listening? I was pregnant, y'all. I was very pregnant. I was showing without a doubt. Okay. And we went to a party, pool party over one of Brian's friend's house. Okay. And remember, we're like 22. 22, yeah, because I was pregnant.
Yep.
So we went to this pool party and we were sitting, and this is funny. If people are listening that was there, they're going to be like, oh my gosh. So we were sitting in the clubhouse of the pool. And it was some people we didn't know. We didn't know most of the people. We only knew a few. And there was this one girl. She was very pretty. I remember that. She was pretty.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't.
She was pretty. Okay. So here's the thing. If y'all know Brian, y'all know that he did not enjoy sharing his food with me like ever.
Okay,
like no, that has everything to do with let me finish. He did not, he does not, and he did not enjoy sharing his food with me. It would be a big deal. Okay. Brian be like, stop asking, get your hand off my plate. Okay. So this little heifer, I'm sorry. So this girl, okay, y'all listen close. I'm pregnant. I'm very pregnant, okay? Big belly and everything. So that already affects you a little bit on how you're feeling, right? And I'm sitting in that clubhouse, Brian is sitting next to me. He has a plate of food. This girl that we do not know, the very cute girl, remember pool party, she probably had on a swimsuit. She looks at Brian.
I don't remember.
We ain't had no conversation or nothing. She looks at my husband, because I got on my ring, he got on his. And she says, oh, can I have one of your potato chips off of your plate? What? What? I ain't finna curse. I was finna curse.
Don't do it.
That man, bleep it. I was like, what? That's in my head. Bleep that now. In my head, that's what I was feeling, right? But I wasn't the kind of person who expressed it. My look may express it, my attitude may express it, but my mouth should have expressed it at the time. So Brian, this was the kicker. He puts his plate over to the girl for her to get something off of his plate.
I'm a nice person.
Wait. Your wife, your girl, your boo.
My boo.
You fuss at me if I ask you for a potato chip.
I wasn't fussing then.
But wait, yes you was.
At 22, I wasn't fussing.
Yes you was.
I was.
But the girl, baby, she took the chip off of his plate, sir. And you already know the pregnant Charlene. I didn't say anything. My face probably said it all. Because she got up.
Your energy said it all.
Oh, yeah. Because I think she got up and left after that.
Yes.
She had to feel that energy.
Oh, yeah.
If I wasn't pregnant, I don't know. That might have. I'm not a fighter, but in that moment,
right,
it was a lot of like, so did that have to do with
going on.
Jealousy? Absolutely. That had to do with self-confidence. I was pregnant. I did not feel attractive. She was very attractive. And the fact that he didn't share out with me anyway. So
I did
listen,
share.
It gets
and
worse, y'all.
I do share. I probably say something about it, but I always share.
It gets worse. So the rest of the party for me, I was just like, I was in my feelings. And baby, when we left,
who got it? The girl didn't get it. I got it.
No, the girl didn't get it because she don't have nothing to do with me.
You should have found her and drug her by her head, but don't come at me.
Over no chip. That's me. So when we got in that car, Brian's like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Because that's what I used to do. Nothing. That's what we both used to do. And then eventually I was like, shut up. I was like, you gave that girl a chip off your plate. And that caused one of the biggest arguments. Because Brian was like, it was a chip. I was like, it was the principle. Bleep that too.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Like, it was the principle of the fact of your pregnant wife sitting beside you. You knew that girl was flirting. And you did.
Okay, so
now this is 24 years ago.
Correct.
If you did that today, I'd just be like, whatever, and I go get my chip from.
And that's right. I do believe that that's how you would respond
now.
But in my defense,
she was so cute. Yeah, she was so cute.
In my defense, I didn't like confrontation. I didn't like.
You like confrontation with me?
No, well, when you know somebody, you can say something bad because you trust that person, so therefore you know that you have that thing between you.
Brother, my eyes.
But then when she asked for the chip, I didn't think anything of it. I'm being totally honest. I was kind of clueless to the fact that she was even flirting with me.
You were clueless with that.
Totally.
A lot of people.
I just thought she was asking for a chip because she was curious about what the chip tastes like.
The barbecue Lay's chip. Okay,
I didn't know what kind of
was on the table. Oh. Side note,
bag was way around the corner.
I think I said that.
You did say that.
I said when she took the chip, I said, I think the bag is over there on the table.
You did say that.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Cause petty, baby.
But in my defense, I was blind.
Two people.
You saw that bridge? Saw that bridge? Love is blind.
Mm-hmm.
I was blind to the fact that she was flirting.
Yeah. Would you have been kind of all your life?
I have.
When I would be like, she like you, and you'd be like, no, she don't. I tried so many people that wanted my husband, and that's okay.
I didn't know it until they sat in my lap. Or they came and hugged me hard.
Hold on, bro.
Nope.
Sat in his lap.
Moving on with the podcast.
I ain't know about none of y'all sitting in his lap, but that's all right too, baby.
No, you ain't jealous no more. We're good.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
I get this in your lap whenever I want to.
Yes, you can.
Okay, anyway.
All right, moving on.
Woo! Short story.
Never short.
Episode 8, Love is Blind.
Or is it?
Or is it? So, first question of the day, is love truly unconditional and not influenced by your physical appearance or material conditions? And side note, if you have not watched Love is Blind on Netflix, this is not a commercial for it, but that's where this is coming from. This episode was horrible. I am not a reality TV
alert.
Oh yeah, sorry. If you ain't watched the last episode, don't listen to this.
Go watch that and then listen.
I don't enjoy reality TV. My husband really does. And then I get dragged in, right? Because you get into people's lives and you start caring about what's going to happen. Child, this last one, whoo, honey. So I think that show proved love is not blind. I think that's kind of, it's hard to say. Anyway, let's just talk about our personal ideas on, is it or not? You go.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Is love blind? I think love is blind. Absolutely. No. Here's my caveat to that, though. Love is absolutely blind. Sustaining the love is not. You didn't give it a second. You gotta give it a second.
Sorry. Do it again.
So if you take the shows like Married at First Sight, is Love is Blind. What else is there?
Ready to Love.
Ready to Love. There's a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. The Bachelor. Well, that one's not blindness, but I mean, you're meeting somebody in a weird circumstance and then trying to make love out of it. And they're trying to force you to get married. So I think part of that show, those shows, the reality part of it, or reality TV portion of it, it puts more pressure on hurrying up the process. So you're in this bubble thinking that, what we're building is love, which I think it can be.
Right.
But then when you get into the real world, the pressures have removed, and now you have to be real about who you are, who that other person is, and then you have to figure out how to sustain the love that you actually had. I think a lot of those couples, the ones that are not faking it, I think a lot of those couples actually do fall for each other. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm all for it. Yeah. But then when you get outside and then those pretty girls walking down the street ask you for potato chips, when that situation keeps coming up over and over again, but that's your thing and that's your temptation, can you sustain the love for the person that you just had in that bubble? So
is love blind? My answer is... I have a double answer for that. Not a double answer, but it's a two-sided answer, okay?
You double talking.
No, I ain't double talking. So here we go. Y'all stay with me for 2 seconds, okay? Is love blind? When we're talking about true physical appearance, I, not 100%, because nothing is 100%, but believe very much that for women, love can be blinder than for guys. I think for guys, okay, that initial attraction, you got to, whatever the guy's thing is, right? You got to be that for him to even get to that point of, ooh, I'm attracted to you. Ooh, I want to get to know you a little better. Let me give you an example. If anybody in here watches Ready to Love, I can't remember what channel to come on, but Ready to Love. And I say this
that's on network
on almost every season. And this, y'all just be patient, okay? On that show, when the women walk in the room, they are like, see, even Brian went, because they be like, bam, boom, hot, beautiful, just everything, just boom, boom, visually beautiful, visually alluring, visually everything, right? Then, no offense, but then the men walk in and they aight. And that's just true. They aight. And I tell Brian I'm like, Well, where are the like ooh wee men that's just like, oh my gosh.
I'm not sitting around trying to rate a man, so I can't tell you.
Yes, I know, but you know those women be off the chain.
That's a reason
gorgeous
for that, though.
Exactly.
It ain't for the man though.
Okay, but
that's a whole nother conversation.
That in itself,
the makeup industry ain't for the man.
Finish.
The weave industry ain't for the man. I can go down the list. Go ahead.
So because men are visual first, right? Then that's what they need. Like if they brought women on the show that didn't have on no makeup, didn't have on no lashes, didn't have on the wig, didn't have on the weave, it would take longer for the guy to get into who that woman is.
Let me talk from my perspective on that statement. I know you're not finished because you got a lot more to say, but I'm saying I love a natural woman.
You do, baby.
Right, and there's other men that love natural women, period. So if you, there's a lot of men that like natural women. So you come in the room as you are, a man loves it.
But let me tell you though, I think this world has changed a man's idea of what natural means.
Based on women.
So, yeah, I'm not saying it's not based on women, but I'm saying it's changed the idea of what natural means. Are we even talking about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what natural means now, guys are used to, because I saw a post and I wish I would have saved it. And it was a guy saying, yeah, this is my kind of natural. He was dead serious. And he showed a picture of a girl with a wig or weave, eyelashes, and she had on natural makeup. So if people were like, dude, that's natural means what this person looks like without anything, right? Like I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna do this podcast on camera without no makeup on because y'all be like, ooh, I've been there before. People be like, ooh, you tired? Like, shut up. No, I'm not tired. That's just my face.
Who says
Leave
it?
me Who? Oh, I can.
Women.
No. I've had a few guys.
Name one.
And this would be...
I mean, don't name them.
It used to happen all the time when I was chefing it up, right? And I had my business. And so if I would go somewhere, and it was always kind of the same place. If I would go somewhere after an event to do something, right? Of course, I was tired, but my makeup had worn off and I didn't care about putting it back on. And I would walk into this place and people be like, oh, you tired, ain't you? Man. Yeah. My point is, natural does not attract people like even right now, my makeup is pretty natural, right? It's not like in your face. I don't have on eyelashes. I got locks. But even that, without this, if I was dating, I don't know if I could walk in the room without anything and a guy look at me and be like, oh, she's so beautiful.
I would.
Right? The smile would get you. But
natural.
Okay.
That natural buttocks.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
That's natural.
But there you go. And that's why so many people getting BBLs because.
No. I just happen to I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, where that's where they're born and bred. I like buttocks. I mean, you might be born somewhere else and you might not like it that big.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay. That's your preference. So, I mean, everyone will find their preference. You don't have to get the BBLs in order to catch the man.
We getting off. Let's go back.
No, we still on blinding topics.
So the woman versus man thing, I'm saying women are more likely to, if you make this woman laugh when you see her, it's going to do whatever her thing is.
Okay.
So whether it's you come to her and be like, yeah, baby, I got businesses or whatever her thing is.
Okay.
That captures her in a way where you become almost more attractive because of that. She cares more about who you are as a person than what you look like on the outside.
More attractive.
A man, when you walk up, he needs to have that visual appeal to be like, okay, I want to get to know you. If he does not have the visual appeal, he doesn't have an interest in getting to know you, whether it's the booty, whether it's whatever it is. His thing is more on the visual side to start. And then as he goes, he gets more into, well, I want this in a woman, blah, 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 blah. But initially.
But we're talking about attraction. And we can get into the psychology of it. And I think we might need to table that part for another discussion. But we can get into the psychology of why men are attracted to beautiful things, cars, women, houses, all these things, right?
Yeah.
And then why women are more attracted to the heart of a person.
Yes.
Right? So
you agree with me?
No. We're talking about attraction versus love.
That sounded like he agreed with me.
Nope. We're talking about love is blind, not attraction is blind.
Okay.
There's two different things. I can be attracted to a woman that walks down the street right now, but I'm not going to fall in love with her.
You can't get to love without attraction, though.
Not necessarily so.
Yeah, bro, you can't get. I gotta be attracted to you.
You weren't attracted to me when we first met.
No.
But we got to the love.
Okay, but that's a good example.
Exactly.
I hate to use this because my husband is super attractive. It was just as when I was young and dumb, I was into the thuggish type.
Bruh, your exes.
People like your exes. Y'all started dating at 16. Yes, y'all.
I know, but still.
I was into the thuggish, just total opposite of Brian. But that still is less about looks and it was more about that personality. I was attracted to, and when I say thugs, that's a horrible word to use, I think. Just more hood guys, tall hood guys. Like that, I had a thing, whatever.
You did.
And so, yes, with Brian, we were friends first. This goes, I think it's what I'm talking about. We were friends first. And so I liked you as a person. And that made me realize how attracted I was to you.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's still attraction.
You still look the same.
Right. That's still attraction.
You didn't change in the way that you looked.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did some.
Not from the
some organizer behind the scenes,
but
I'm saying that's still attraction. We're talking about the love part, right? So if you look at these shows,
yes,
they're trying to form love, not just attraction. Mm-hmm. So if you look at these apps, some of these apps that are on the market, that's similar to Love Is Blind. That's similar to Ready for Love. Right. That's similar to those experiences, right?
See the person's
I get to see the person's face, and I either swipe right or swipe left.
Yeah,
based on looks, right? That goes both ways for man and woman.
Yeah. That's because you have no choice.
But see, you talking about attraction still.
But a guy can have a dog in his picture and the girl could be like, oh, he has a dog. He's probably so loving and great. I'm going to swipe whatever way is I like him.
I don't know if it's left or right.
Because of that. It don't matter if a girl got a dog in the picture if she ain't hot. Anyway,
it depends.
I think you just proved my point, though.
I proved the point
of attraction. Because I said about how I felt about you, and your first thing about me was my butt. Visual. My butt and my smile is what got
I wasn't trying to love you, baby.
If I had a flat...
when I first met you, I wasn't trying to love you.
If I had a flat booty and my smile wasn't bright, would you have even got to know attracted. Charlene?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, y'all. Woo, back to the topic.
We ain't left the topic.
Oh, right. Is it truly unconditional, not influenced by physical appearance? I don't think so. I think once you fall in love, yes. But to get there, it's a path. And I think in that path, you're not blind in that path. We will take, and I'm sorry, I don't know if the producer didn't watch the last episode. Producer, you watched the last episode of Love Is Blind?
Do you need to watch?
Oh, good. Okay. So we saw a guy on there, and his big thing was about looks.
Right.
Clay. Mm-hmm. His big old thing was about looks. He told it in the pods, like, looks is one of my most important things. And for whatever reason, I can't remember how it happened, but he changed over with what he said. I don't think when that door opened, Clay was truly attracted to her. She's a beautiful girl. I think he was more attracted to her body than anything else, right? Because her body is banging, it's on point. And that's what drew him in. Yeah, her body is like, wow. But that's what drew him in. And so in his mind, he was like, okay, all right. And I think he just wanted to hit it. Like, I think for him, he wanted to hit it. I think he had a couple of battles there.
Yeah.
Right? I think he wanted to get to the point where he could be the person he was supposed to be and fall in love and get married and all that stuff. But as we have learned, Lord have mercy if y'all watch this show. That dude, he got some trauma, some serious trauma that he will never be able to love anybody until he gets through that trauma. Love anybody the way he's supposed to until he gets through that trauma. But just the initial thing of his Love Is Blind, no, because I don't think he was attracted to her except for her body. Because even when she walked up in that wedding dress, and I think this is a big thing, and I said it when we was watching it, and he just, what did he say? Ooh, you hot or whatever, that dress.
You said
like,
body.
Yeah, body. Mm-hmm. Like what? This woman just walked up the aisle to you to take your hand in marriage, and that's all. It wasn't, oh my gosh, I love you. It was nothing. It was just about her body the whole time. Now, I'm going to combine that, though, with his trauma. I don't think he knows how to get past that. People are kind of hating on him because of how he did it. As a person that's been through trauma with parents, that is a very hard thing. And if you ain't never been through it, you cannot say, no, you grown now. You should just know, you know the right thing to do. Baby, if you have not been through it, you have no idea how much that puts on a person that they don't even realize until they realize. I do think the show helped him to realize, like, oh my gosh, I got some serious issues that I did not know before because ain't nobody ever told me.
Right.
I ain't never got close enough to somebody for them to even tell me. And now as I talk about it, the more I talk about it, the more I realize I messed up. I don't know if he went to therapy after the show. I don't know. But I think he realized some things in there that he didn't know before.
So I could say from my perspective of looking at the show, I think Clay came in being who he initially was, right? Originally was,
right.
Wanting attraction because he was honest and he told her, he said, well, when I look at a woman, I mean, I'm looking at her for her appearance. She has to look a certain way. Mm-hmm. So number one, I do like his honesty. I do agree with you. He does have trauma, which we all saw on the show. Mm-hmm. His father was not an example for him. Now, here's one of the things that I have learned with trauma. Some trauma just can stick with you. If you think about the scientific point of view of it, as you're growing in your age and your frontal lobe has not formed, but it was formed incorrectly.
Yeah, you're still that
you
child.
You kind of wrapped around that thing. You kind of remain in that space and you don't know how to get past it. Hurt. And I honestly saw the battle between Clay and Clay's daddy within Clay all at the same time. Because it seems like he was just double talking and it seems like he was salesing the entire show. But it seemed like it came from a genuine place.
His genuine.
Right. His genuine place.
As genuine as he could get.
Now, do I feel that he was ready for this show? Hell no. But I think he did the right thing at the altar. End.
Absolutely.
I think he said, you know what, for what he's going through, he said, I need more time. And like I said in the beginning, the show forces you to get ready to be married within a certain amount of time in order to fit the production schedule.
Right.
But Clay stood up for himself and said, this doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm not ready to be married.
And I think he was telling the truth. And I think people thought he was lying. I don't think so. I think I honestly think he didn't know what he was going to say before that time. But if he had some doubts, I feel like he should have kind of pulled her to the side.
That I do
before
agree.
That. It didn't even have to be on camera and just prepared her.
Yes.
Because I think she has her trauma too.
Correct.
And she has her hurts. And so him doing it the way he did it messed her up. And I don't think I don't know. We'll see the reunion next week.
Right.
But I don't know if she'll be open to letting him back in because he crushed her with that. He crushed her with that. No. And she felt like she wasn't enough when it didn't. In this case, it had zero to do with that. It had nothing to do with her. Zero to do with AD. Yeah.
So and I think from that side of it, he should have kind of clued her to the fact that I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I stand. Instead of saying, baby girl, you holding me down. You the one giving that sales presentation all the time. And I think he should have did a better job of letting her know. Yeah. Be like you said, outside the cameras, just, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just be prepared. Because I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Before we go to the next thing, I got to say. What you got to say? Shout out to Clay Mama, baby. No. Woo-wee. Mama Clay, I love you. I don't even know you, girl. I don't know your name. But yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I love AD's mom, too. I loved her when they sat at the table and they talked. They're both sweet, yeah. They both just seem to have gone through stuff and grown through stuff. It's like they didn't just go through it, but they grew through it. And oh my goodness, but Clay's mom, when she had that conversation with Daddy at the table, I'm snapping, y'all, because I was like, yes, mama, tell this man that need to go to therapy himself, 75 years old. I don't know how old he is. I'm just making him old. He wasn't 75. However old he is, he need to be sitting at somebody's therapy table because I'm like, you still trying to flirt with this woman? Oh, yeah. You still sitting here trying to be a player? Oh, yeah. He knew what he lost. Because you lost this beautiful woman. No more. Yeah. But I think if Clay wouldn't have talked to Daddy before, I don't know if he would have gone down the same route. I don't know. That conversation was so uncomfortable to me. And I watched a TikTok where a true therapist did the conversation and she was just body saying all the yes. Yeah. And how he was a child in that conversation, wanting Dad's affirmation, wanting Daddy to. I noticed that too. He was like, yeah. Even at the end, he said, hey, Dad, I got some beer or something something to drink. And Dad was like, no, we good. I don't want anything to drink. It's almost like he wanted his dad just to sit down and be real with him. Dad. Right. Be real with him in that moment. And I think his dad missed out on that one. Oh, yeah. But Daddy, like I said, it would be great. Like Mama said, they both need to go to counseling. Yeah. They both need to go sit in counseling. I think he hurt his son more than he could ever imagine because of his hurts. Generational hurts.
That's a whole nother conversation. Back to.
But
wait.
So if we're talking about Love is Blind,
yes.
I really think just based on the show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know these people. Just based on what we've seen,
edits and stuff.
I think AD and Clay did have a love for each other, which is outside the show.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think. Yeah, it was like what's the other guy's name? Jimmy and Chelsea.
Child, we don't need to talk about nobody else on the show.
I don't think that was any love in that, but I think that there was genuine love with AD because I think they kind of clicked at a certain level and they had something there. Mm-hmm. So initially they didn't see each other.
Yeah,
and then when they met each other, they kind of fell in love.
Yeah. Huh?
So love is blind. That answers the question.
Okay.
In that scenario.
Nope.
Okay.
But okay, so we'll agree to disagree. If you listen to episode 7, we talk about that. Sometimes you just got to agree and keep moving.
Go ahead on.
All right, so we said, is it truly unconditional? I don't think so. I don't think even love is truly unconditional. It's based on what it is you want and what you need. If it was unconditional, I don't know. I think there are conditions on a lot of things, and I just
love?
don't think. Yeah.
So
not conditioned in the way I'm gonna stop loving you. Mm-hmm. Just even getting to the point of love. I don't know. I can't see it being unconditional. To get there.
So you love me with conditions.
Once you're there, it's different. But getting there, you have conditions.
Of course.
Right.
As a human, you have conditions.
Right.
Because you don't fully trust that person yet.
Maybe the better question is getting to love blind? Because once you're in love, yes, I think love is blind once you're there. Is getting to that point blind? No. Is getting to that point unconditional? No.
That's a different question.
Once I truly love you, yes, it's blind. You do stuff that I probably wouldn't have been okay with before.
Right.
But then I'm in love with you and there's more grace in love.
Yeah.
That's what makes love blind, grace.
And that's why I start, people know I'm in love with you because I ignored all your red flags. And I still do.
Lord have mercy.
That's love.
And he got a big old red flag shirt on. But we're going to keep going. We're going to go on to the... Not because of JSU, because it's red. Make that clear. Okay, anyway, next question. Does communication play a role in making your bond deeper with another person? Oh, sorry. So I forgot to say. On the last episode, we ended saying that this episode was going to be about communication. We lied. We're talking about love is blind. So I was trying to get a little communication thing in there. Does it play a role in making your bond deeper with another person? Therefore, I think making your love blind. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The more we communicate as we go through the years, 24 years married, the more communication we have, our bond still grows.
That was one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be totally transparent and honest. And when we did our counseling session with my pastor and first lady when we got married, the one thing that I remember is them saying, stay in constant communication with each other.
Yeah.
At that time, it was like, oh, okay, cool. That ain't no big deal. I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
But as time moved on, I understood what that meant. Because what they were explaining was when you leave the house, let somebody know that you're leaving the house. When you come back in, let somebody know. Just the little small things of just communication.
Yeah.
Now, that can expand into something bigger, but just staying in constant communication with each other, that means that you and I, we have communication all day long. And I believe that has yielded to us understanding each other, which allows me to now love you in a different space, in a different place than what you are. Because I can just get up, walk out. I can just come home and don't say anything to you. I can just walk by you, don't have to say anything. I can wake up in the morning, don't have to say good morning to you. I can walk by you, body language is communication too, and not give you a hug, right? So all things in terms of communication. When you was on the couch the other night, I just rubbed your feet. That's just me communicating with you, just saying, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
All those things help build the love in the relationship.
Yeah, that's very true. And sometimes it's interesting to me when a lot of couples do not communicate, like on the simplest of ways. They don't talk to each other. Yeah. And that, I think it blows my mind only because we communicate so much. So much. Maybe. Yeah, I think we over communicate.
I know we do.
Yeah, because sometimes
stop communicating with me sometimes.
Bruh, I be like, can we let's Friday through Sunday. We don't got to say nothing. We can just I just walk past you. I be like, what's up, bruh?
Yeah, I just walk past you and slap the boot and keep on kicking.
So if I got them home pants on.
That's communication though. So
that's okay. It's silent. If I got them home pants on, you better hit my butt. Okay. But Yeah, we don't have over communication on, so we do communicate a lot more than others, and I can see in other relationships how it hurts them that they don't. Hurts not like emotionally,
right?
It's hurting their relationship because you're not talking to each other.
Yeah.
So to not know, to be entwined with someone, hopefully forever, and just not even know what's going on with them, I'd be like, huh?
Because that's a key element to just the connection within the relationship is to understand your partner. And if the communication is not going back and forth, it's kind of hard to understand them. So therefore you're making assumptions and now you're mad and you're upset, but you don't understand the depths of what they're going through. And it can all stem, or some of it can stem from just simple communication.
Yeah. So it's almost like, don't let your love get so blind that you don't care anymore. Love is blind, sure. When you fall in love, it can become, just a common thing. We walk in, we see each other, hey, how you doing? But don't let your love get so comfortable that you're blinded to anything and everything that your partner is going through.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bad day at work, sometimes you need to listen to it and need to talk about it and need to be able to get that out with you. So they're not talking about it with their work husband or work wife and then coming home and don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Communication is huge with the whole Love is Blind thing. Okay. On the show, Love is Blind, their communication is what helped them to figure out if they had an attraction for each other. Because that's the only thing they had to rely on. Communicating in the pods is the only way they could say, well, do I even like this person?
Right.
It was through communication.
And that's what they used.
So for that part, I like the show because it's trying, I think the point, outside of just it needs to be popular and get views, is I think it's trying to show that you need to talk to somebody and learn who they really are without just relying on, are you visually attracted to them? I think that's the point. I don't think that's what happens.
Right. Yeah. That's totally the point. It's like, can you love somebody without seeing them first?
Right.
Like you were saying, men have to see the woman first in order to build that love. But, now there are apps that allows you to connect with each other. And I think one of your questions that you had here is like, does that affect?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Is it a good thing or a bad thing? And I don't think it's a bad thing. Because let's go back in the day when people used to meet people in bars and clubs, right? You saw them first. Right. Even at church, you saw them first. You saw Miss Sally sitting over there. I mean, you might saw her walking in that moo-moo and them basketballs, like Shannon Sharp said, them basketballs were moving. Oh my God. Okay. And it may be the wrong place. Okay. We're going to keep it real. We're going to act like there ain't attractive people in church and bars and clubs and in different places. But the first thing is you see them. So the app is not doing anything any different. It's allowing you to see the person, then you get to read their profile and get to see that. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the overuse of it can be, because sometimes you do need to put that thing down and really interact with people differently. And
I think that's what it's taking away. I think just the world period, with social media and how everything has increased so much, the usage, people don't know how to meet people outside of that, I think. Right? I know people still go out and stuff, but not in the same sense, whereas you used to have to go out to the bar, to the club, to church, wherever to try to meet somebody. Well, now you don't have to.
Right, you don't have to.
I don't have to go to those places to try to meet somebody. So I'm just swiping. It takes away, the connection that you can have with a person. It's so, I think it's hurting because it's so based on visual. Oh, okay. Somebody would say, well, no, it's the same thing if I meet them in a bar visually. But not really, because I'm still going to go back to the same thing, right? As a woman, you come up and talk to me, I may lack the way, what you're talking about, your demeanor or whatever. When you're just swiping based on, am I cute? You can totally miss out on your person.
That's just the initial, right? I mean, that's just the initial thing. I'm an app developer, so I understand how app makes things more efficient. So if so let's say, for instance, in a work week, you can really only go to a bar because you have a life, you got things going on. Yeah. You're going to go to a bar probably twice, 3 times a week. All right. Well, with the app, how many people I can swipe? Unless you're what?
LaRon, I'm ready to love. Go ahead.
Yeah. When he said that's not his personality.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I can just swipe in a comfort of my home. What if I'm an introvert? That makes things easier for me. I can meet people with the similar personality that I have, and make that more efficient. Well, maybe I don't like bars. Maybe I don't go to church. Maybe I don't go to clubs. I mean, where do I meet people then? Just at the supermarket where I don't shop. I mean, now I have an avenue where I could meet somebody that has similar personality traits.
The connection is what's missing.
Well, then that's why you pick up the phone and you talk.
You know, don't nobody do that.
They do. There's certain apps for certain things. So.
Whatever. I think people swipe and then they gonna meet for the first date and then like, eh. But anyway, I just think there's a connection missing from the world these days.
I agree.
Even social media, right? We keep in touch with people over social media and text. We don't necessarily meet up as much as we used to.
That's true, but we do a lot of blaming on the tools.
Yeah.
We blame social media. We blame the apps.
It's our addiction to the tools.
It's not an addiction. It's our laziness to call somebody.
Yeah.
We'll text somebody before we're calling. We'll stop. We won't. Back before we used to stop by their house.
Yeah.
But now we'll just send a text. You're still doing the action, but it's like, I can take the less approach.
Yeah.
Of interacting with that person. So I mean, it's on us. Yeah. It's not the tools. It's on us.
Yeah. So that leads to the next question. Can love be blind when you're using the apps? So I don't think it's possible for love to be blind when I'm choosing you based on your profile picture. It's obviously it can't be blind because that's all I have to go on. Besides your profile, which people can just lie, but
love is still blind.
Okay.
The attraction is not.
Right. Like I said, so the path to love. Mm-hmm. The path to love is not blind. And I think that's the biggest thing. The path, once you fall in love with a person, it's going to be blind, but the path to it is not.
Right.
So I think we just changed the question. I think they need to change the name of the show.
Yeah.
We'll call them. All right, y'all. So we've talked a lot about reality TV, which if you have not watched Love is Blind, go watch it. Get through the pods part and get to the actual them like living together, and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. And then go on social media and look up all the stuff about these people because it's like, whoa.
We're trying to tell people not to be on social media.
Yeah, but it's like, whoa, on some of these people's stories. Anyway, so your action item for today is to talk to your partner, and we want you to tell your partner what you like about them that has nothing to do with their appearance.
Oh.
So that goes with the Love is Blind, right? This has nothing to do with your appearance and what I saw. I just love you for this.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Tell me mine. What do you love about me that has nothing to do with my appearance?
Okay. Since we come to the close of this podcast,
yes,
I'm going to say that I could not do this podcast with anybody else but you. Uh-huh. And the reason why is because you are such an open person. Mm. You don't mind giving your last to anybody. You don't mind giving to people. And I love that about you. Mm. You care about people and you take care of people and you take care of me. And I love that so much about you. Thank you. I can't see myself doing this podcast with anybody else but you.
Oh, thank you, boo-boo. Yeah. That was sweet. It kind of goes on the same lines that I was going to say to you.
Of course, you were going to copy what I said.
I promise you I should have said my first. Mm-hmm. I love the way you care about your family and how you care about me and take care of me no matter what. I think that's the thing. Your perseverance. Yeah. Your perseverance through things, through things that we've been through. It's a beautiful thing. And I think a lot of people couldn't have dealt with some of the things we've gone through and still come out of it, right? We come out of it together, but it's because of each one of us and what we're doing. So I appreciate you and I love you for that.
I accept and receive it.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. So y'all go talk to your partner about what is not, what has nothing to do with their appearance that makes you love them. So do that, please. Y'all don't have to tell us that you did it, but please do it, okay? Today's playlist, song suggestions. We're going to go through this fast. Beyonce, first song, 1+1. Now, these songs have more to do about I'm in love and I'm so in love with you. The love is blind thing. It doesn't matter. I'm so in love with you that it does not matter. It can be anything. So Beyonce, 1+1. If I ain't got nothing, I got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a darn because I got it with you. That is, I think, a love is blind because it doesn't matter what we're doing, no matter what we're going through, no matter what you're going through, I still love you. Song number 2, Sade, By Your Side. When you're cold, I'll be there, hold you tight. To me, when you're low, I'll be by your side. That again, no matter what you're going through, my love for you is real. My love for you is blind to what you're going through.
So I need to put out another album.
She do call her. Last song.
Yep.
Now this guy done got so many songs from us. My goodness, I was like, oh, he got some good ones. John Legend again, yeah. All of me, all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Come on,
that goes straight to Love Is Blind.
Yes,
every imperfection you have. Once you truly love somebody,
you love
that is Love Is Blind.
Unconditionally.
All your imperfections, I love it about you because that's what makes you
you.
Okay.
Me.
All right. So we're going to wrap this up, y'all. Last episode of the season.
Yeah. Last episode 8.
Yeah.
They say 7 is completion. Mm-hmm. So if we're on 8, that means we just
completed.
We done completed. We done gave you a surplus.
Yes.
So we gave you more than you expected.
Yes, we did.
And we hope that you have enjoyed the time. We have enjoyed this time.
Yeah,
the comments and the feedback that we've been receiving has been awesome. We love the interacting with people. Yeah. We got some stuff coming up in the future. I always like to talk about the app. Mm-hmm. And I'll just quickly say that the app is meant to help you in your relationship.
Yes.
So I know we talked about the app. We always say, "Oh, the app is coming. The app is coming. The app is coming." Well, we're like close. We're knocking on the door right now.
Y'all. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work behind the scenes. But just to give you a quick synopsis of what the app is, it takes your personality traits, it takes your partner's personality traits, and it gives you advice. Yeah. It's going to give you advice on how to love, where to go, enjoying things together, what y'all like together. Like if Charlene one day is not feeling good, she can just press the little button on the app and then it will send me a little notification and say, oh, she's not feeling good, when I wasn't aware of the fact that she wasn't feeling good. It gives me a little nudge. And there's a lot more features that we have built into the app. We're building AI into the app. We're building a lot of stuff into this app that I'm proud, number one, that we're building an app that can actually help relationships.
Yeah.
I'm proud, number two, that I'm building an app with you.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for the fact that we're on this journey together.
Love you.
I love you too.
All right, y'all. So I can't believe this is the last episode of season 1. To make it clear, we are coming back. So when we say season 1, there will be a season 2. The season 2 will be a little different. We plan on bringing couples in. We plan on bringing different people in. So even divorcees, different people to give different perspectives. Yes, different perspectives on relationships and the challenges and the whatevers.
And I want to argue.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
I want to argue some.
So
come on, bring me your thoughts.
Viewpoints. It won't be just y'all listen to us for season 2. Follow us as usual on IG and TikTok, Crushing with the Fosters. Please follow us so you'll know when season 2 is dropping. But we still have some special stuff for you in between this season and the next. Thank y'all so much for listening. We have YouTube videos coming of the podcast. Mm-hmm. So if you already listened, you can rewatch them so you can see us and all these facial expressions.
Especially yours.
Thank y'all so much again for listening. It's been a joy sharing this with you. We love each other and we love y'all. And we just really hope that we've helped somebody somewhere, somehow, with even the smallest thing. Even if it's not a relationship, just about you and your growth. So please share the podcast with everybody y'all know. Check us out. Sign up for our waiting list. Sign up for our newsletter on the website, mycrush.io.
If you go to the website, you might find a little surprise. Just press buttons. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. We hope that y'all will miss us. We will be back. Please stay tuned and come back and see us for season 2. Smooches, we love you. Producer, cue the sad music. Let's look at each other sadly. But happily because we love what we do. But sadly because it's season 1 over.
I'm going to look at you like Clay. Clay be blinking his eyes, don't he?
He said his contacts were dry. Okay, y'all.
I think that's him convincing himself.
Stop. Okay. See y'all later. Thank y'all for listening.
Love you.
Love y'all.
Huh? I ain't there yet.
Okay. Bye.
I'm getting there.
Bye.
See y'all.